Hello everyone. The Apple Vision Pro has been out for a little bit of time now this year. So I wanted to go and kind of see how this particular Apple Watch would hold up basically in the later part of 2024. Now, number one, there was a really big thing. There was so much hype when this particular headset came out for the first time, but it's interesting because since then, I haven't really heard too many people talk about this particular device. In fact, I feel like I've seen basically more people talk about the MetaQuest headsets this year than even the Apple Vision Pro headset, which is pretty crazy because this thing came out this year. Now, I would say from a build quality standpoint, this thing still looks very nice. This is one of those types of devices that just looks very, very good. Now, one thing we've seen Apple kind of hit on since this thing first came out was that it sounds like this thing didn't really sell as many units as they were hoping, or the hype and demand of this thing wasn't as high as they thought it was going to be. Still, a lot of people bought this thing and it's, a lot of people are still going to use it, but maybe not as many as they thought. They didn't really make a ton of these things. They didn't make billions of this thing, but they made maybe more than they thought people were going to buy. So that was kind of an interesting thing that ended up happening here. But on top of that, another very big thing that ended up happening here too was that this thing didn't really, from a price tag standpoint, after I compared this thing against the MetaQuest and all that, I was very surprised to see how expensive this thing was and basically for what you were getting. This thing is thousands and thousands of dollars, like $3,500 for the base model. The problem is that when you're looking at this thing and comparing and seeing what the other manufacturers are doing, it looks like a majority of manufacturers are making cheaper types of headsets. You even look at things like gaming consoles, like the PlayStation Portal, for example. It seems like a lot of these things are going on the cheaper route or making more user-friendly, cheaper experiences rather than super expensive pro devices. And I'm surprised Apple didn't really think about this before, because when you take a look at even their MacBook lineup against their MacBook Pro lineup, it still seems like a lot of people buy standard MacBooks and standard iMacs rather than buying an iMac Pro or a MacBook Pro or a Mac Pro. So that was one of those things that kind of stood out to me too. I kind of do feel like in a lot of ways, if you were to go through and look at this thing, it's a very cool headset with a bunch of features that connects to your devices and everything, but you don't necessarily have to buy just this headset for $3,500. You can buy a MetaQuest 3S that costs $300 or $400 and get a really good device with a really good ecosystem. Maybe it's not the best, maybe it's not the best, looking device of all time, but the MetaQuest 3 still has a really good amount of power and capability beyond the Apple Vision Pro for less than, thousands of dollars off. So I think what the consensus is of the Apple Vision Pro is that it's a really good headset, right? You're getting a lot of power inside of it. It connects really well with all your other Apple products, and you can use this thing basically as a standalone machine. It's giving you a very fast chipset. It's basically giving you a desktop level chipset with a newer R1 chipset. It's a very cool headset. But I just think for the price tag, it may not necessarily be worth the price. And that's the thing that I just kind of keep thinking about. I think there might be better devices and better, types of ways of using this type of device rather than going through and paying for it, for $3,500 for this device. There might be better options out there is basically what I'm saying. So all that being said, that's kind of how it covers it up here. If you have any other thoughts or questions though, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.